Back again, YouTubers. Yeah, it's been a couple of times now since my last video, so I said I'd make another one just to finish off my PS3 collection, because I know I've been now. This is part 3 of my PS3 collection. Didn't honestly think it'd be this long, but I said screw it. I'll map out a couple more, and this is going through S through Y, and this is the PS3 collection. So that's it. First one on my list is, again, which it kind of gets a lot of bad reviews a lot of the times, to be honest. It's a third-person stealth game, but it's glitchy in places, and it's kind of like a budget title, but it really isn't. I personally enjoyed it. It's Sniper Elite V2, which also came out on the Wii U as well. It is a pretty good game. You get to play sniping, which in some games is awesome, and in this one it's done right because of the mechanics and all that. I'm going through it now for the third time. I've really enjoying it again. Just shooting the downloadable content you can get, it's quite good. It's a very good game. Next up is another RPG to add to my ever-growing collection. It started out on the PS1 and kind of got a bit of a re-release on the PSP with the first two in the series, and then the third one then is on the PS2. But not a lot of people seem to like the PS2 one. I quite enjoyed the PS2 one. It's PS3 version of Star Ocean: The Last Hope International. It's very good. It's a re-release, it was on the 360 first, and it was they ported it over to the PS3 and they gave it this new thing, new glossy finish with animations and different menu options and stuff like that. But it's essentially the same game. It's pretty good. Pretty good RPG. Next one, massive into my fighting games, like I said before, and this is just another port of the same game that's been released 3-4 times now. Well, going into the fourth time, I think, with Ultra, is Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, which has my favourite character since he came in, which is Yang. Awesome character. Again, it's a fighting game, and the online is pretty sweet in this. Not much of a lag. Even for me, like over in Ireland, there's still not much of a lag on it. So, look forward to Ultra as well now. Next two, I'm just going to bang out again. It's I love my RPGs, like I said. And kind of off a couple of recommendations of other people that I've watched and watching the video on Accent on Gamers, and I said I'd pick up these two because I love the series, and I said I'd pick them up, which is Tales of Exilia and Tales of Graces F. Now I know Tales of Graces F is a port of a Wii game, which is never released outside of Japan. I would like to get the Wii version, but they're pretty good RPGs. Solid RPGs. I like Tales of Exilia. A friend of mine doesn't like it. He had the two of these as well, and he played them, and he didn't like Exilia that much. But I disagree. I love Exilia. Tales of Graces F is pretty good, but you know it's a port, whereas this one is a straight up one made for the PS3. So pretty good. Next one is another fighting game. I love my fighting games, and I like this series a lot, which is the special edition of Tekken 6. Which came with a hoodie, actually, which is pretty good. Picked it up for pretty cheap, so it's a pretty good fighting game. It's a solid fighting game. A couple of the menus for some reason on this take a long time to load. I can never understand why, but it's pretty good. It's a solid fighting game for me. It's a really solid one. So add that to the collection. Another fighting game. This is the up-to-date one of one that was released a couple of years ago, or a year ago, I think, which is, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I have to say, I kind of prefer the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. For some reason, I don't know why, but this is a lot of cool characters. Like Iron Fist is just he's a combo beast. It's a good fighting game. The online is pretty sweet as well. It's not a bad one. Deadpool is hilarious, and his specials are brilliant. It's a good fighting game. Not too bad. These next two I'm just going to bang out again straight away. Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune, and Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. Two brilliant third-person games. Don't know what else to call them after that. Just have them for the collection. I still have to get the third one back, which I will pick up eventually. I kind of didn't like the third one too much. I did, but I couldn't get into it that much. I don't know. I was in a interest in, like, you have to be in a certain place to play these kind of games. But I will get the third one, and that's all. This next one I've had since it came out, and just I'm in awe of it. It's such a good game. It's such a pity that not a lot of people have played it, but the people who have just adore it. And the second and third one only got PSP releases, but I have the second one on the PSP, but I don't know why. I would like to see another one on a console, on a big console, like as opposed to a PSP or 3DS or PSP. Yeah, it was definitely PSP. It's Valkyria Chronicles. This is a turn-based strategy third-person shooter because you get to move your characters around, and it's done in each turns. But at the same time, you have to once you have a particular place in mind, you have to physically aim yourself. So there is the mechanics in that as well, and it's such an unbelievably good game. It's unreal. It's a solid game. So very glad that I have that in my collection. Still have that in my collection. Another RPG. Again, I'm sorry, I love my RPGs. This one kind of got mixed reviews, and I have to admit I do kind of agree with some of the reviews. But at the same time, I kind of enjoy it. The suits of armor that you get into is pretty good as well. It's just the enemies' attacks, they can hit you from ages away, but yet you can't hit them until you're in a certain range, and they can hit you from once they've locked onto you, which I kind of don't like. It kind of pisses me off. But again, it's another RPG and it's pretty good. It's first White Knight Chronicles. Would like to get White Knight Chronicles 2, but it's still too dear at the moment. I'm not willing to pay that much money for it, even though I have the first one, because it's not too many people. Like they've shut down the servers for this game, so there's not really much aside from the single player trophies. There's not really much point in playing this game. It's okay, it has its merits, but again, it's one to add to the collection. Picked it up for like €10, so it's screw it. This one, I have to admit, caught me out of the blue. I know of it on the PS2. The first and second one, I never really got around to them. And then a good friend of mine, he said that I should work in and try this. So I said, screw it, I'll get it off him and give it a shot. So I did, and I ended up buying it off of him because he was trading it in. So I said I'll keep it in the group. I'll buy it off him and enjoying it ever since. This also came with the soundtrack as well, which is Yakuza 3. Would like to get Yakuza 4 as well, and Dead Souls just to complete the collection on the PS3 in. But I'm really enjoying this a lot. It's so much fun. There's so much you can do in it, and it's pretty sweet. It's very good. Having so much fun with this. So I'm actually playing this at the moment, aside from what else I'm playing now as well. So that actually does it. Completely my physical PS3 games. I will be doing one on the downloadable ones. I haven't got that many downloadable ones, but I'll do it again. And yeah, that's my PS3 collection. Next coming up will be possibly a reshoot of the PS Vita collection, because I have added about 7 more games to my PS Vita collection, and my Wii U one, which I want to do, which will be the next one I do, will be my Wii U collection, physical Wii U collection, and probably do a few gameplay videos and a couple of reviews, just getting added up. Right, that's me rambling again. Right, thank you so much. Please remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the flip side.